evening, guys. We gonna have something a little bit different this evening. We got gonna be going and doing a repo over in Austin. I'm currently over around the Brenham area right now, stopped. Originally, I was supposed to be just going up near Waco area to pick up a Subaru that a customer of ours broke down on the side of the road. So we're going to be going and picking up that later, but we're going to make a quick stop through Austin on the way up there and try to grab this repo real quick. We're supposed to be repoing a 2010 Nissan Sentra. Just notice we're in the flatbed right now. Wasn't really planning on doing a repo while we're up there, so it kind of worked out. I was going up this way while I was on this other call. So we're going to go over there, see if we can't drag it out. Not sure exactly where it's going to be. We're going to have to stop and see exactly where it's at whenever I get closer to Austin. We're headed that way. We'll be over there shortly. Thanks for watching. Alright, what's up, guys? We are in Austin. We're finally about to pull up to this repo. We've been chasing it for seems like a while tonight. Finally seem to have caught it at an apartment complex here just right up the road. Let's see if we can't get in here. I believe this apartment's gated, so I'm gonna see how hard it is to get in. And it appears it's open. Gates are open. That's kind of what I was looking at. Located it. We gotta come down here. I'm gonna have to drag this thing sideways. It's outside of their apartment, so I'm not really expecting to get away with this one clean. If we can, for some reason, the plan is just to drag it out and get it on down the road somewhere where I can strap it. It should be right down here. Bottom of this little hill. Probably not going to turn on any of my lights or anything. So this one right here. Not too far. If I was in a wheel lift, this would be easy pickings. I've got to be careful with what I'm doing here. drag this thing. Expecting them to be in this apartment here. Oh boy. Try to be quiet here. Find my way out of here. There's a huge apartment complex. It was not as clean as I was hoping to do it. Took me a minute to wiggle my way in there, but we got it without anybody coming out on us, at least yet. Still gotta get out of here and get this thing strapped. But it's in park. Not worried about it going anywhere. Just a round rock police officer. Somewhere off the beaten path here to strap this thing down. We'll be back here in just a little bit. Alright, we made it down the street. We're gonna go ahead and try to get this thing straightened up and secured a little bit. We still have to get out of here and go pick up a Subaru. So I'm probably gonna have to end up shaking this thing off. And end up putting it on the wheel lift. Try a little trick here to straighten up something. This one doesn't really have any frame slots. Don't look like. Sucks. I'm just gonna have to like this. The idea here, I need it to go this way. Hook that side. Hook that side of the car and this side of the bed. And as you tighten it up, the whole car slides over. And that's about center there. I'm gonna tilt the bed a little bit. Pull that off of it so I can straighten my chains up. Rear ends. I'm just gonna end up throwing some straps, calling it good. Hopefully nobody knows we're gone yet, and we can this thing strapped down and loaded up. Like I was saying earlier, we were supposed to be originally just coming up here to grab a Subaru that was broke down the side of the road, but then my boss called and said, hey, we have a repo in Austin, do you want to go try to get it? Well, why not? There was a couple of you, I think just today, I seen in the comments section asking why I didn't do that last repo in the flatbed. So, for those of you that asked, here you go. Here's a repo in the flatbed. Not the first time I've done it. I'm sure it probably won't be the last. Definitely not my favorite tool for the job, but it gets the job done. For those of you that asked why didn't you get out and VIN the car before you hooked up to it, because before I started videoing, I walked in here and scouted it, checked the VIN number and all that. That's how I know which way to come in to position the truck. So I did check the numbers on it. Everything matches. Plus we're about 4 or 5 hours away from home. And it has dealer plates on it from the place that repo for. One of it. So we got another hour or so's drive before we get to the Subaru, and then I'm gonna have to probably shake this thing off unless I can get it into neutral somehow. I haven't even checked to see if the doors are unlocked. Straighten that wheel out there. Sometimes you do that with straps. Alright, she's strapped down and ready to go. We will be on our way to pick up the Subaru now. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Now we get to go straight into doing a roadside call. Appreciate you guys for watching. We'll be back here shortly. Alright guys, we are back. We're about to be pulling up to this Subaru. I know it's dark out here. I don't know how well you can see it, but we are out in the middle of nowhere, somewhere between Waco and Temple, Texas. You see the Google Maps here. It's literally just surrounded by a bunch of fields and stuff. There's supposed to be a little road that cuts off up here. The car is supposed to be parked on. We are a quarter of a mile from turning onto there. It's supposed to be sitting on the side of the road. I don't really think there's going to be anything too special of getting that one loaded up, but we have to get the Nissan shaken off of the there it is. They're just sitting in the middle of the road. Let's get the Nissan shook off here. I'm gonna pull up in front of it here. See what this thing looks like. Supposed to be keys here with it somewhere. Let's see where the keys are supposed to be hidden. Keys are under the seat. Under the seat. There it is. Cool. Alright. Like I was saying, I don't really foresee this anything too special being about loading this one up, but we are going to have to get the Nissan that we repoed off of the truck so that we can load this up, because I'm assuming, being a Subaru, that it's all-wheel drive. Yep, it's all-wheel drive. So we cannot wheel lift a all-wheel drive car, so we're gonna have to go ahead and take the Nissan down. Just gonna go in here real quick. Luckily, I found that the Nissan, they left the doors unlocked, which means I should be able to shift lock it on these, I believe. The shift lock, yeah, so there's a shift lock release right there. I should be able to bank the little tab out of there. Should be able to shift lock it, get it into neutral, and it'll just roll off the bed like normal. So I'm gonna pull up a little bit here, give me some room to work. Unload the Nissan, load the Subaru, and then we're gonna put the Nissan on the wheel lift and make our probably 5 or 6 hour journey back towards home. Neck light on so y'all can see what's going on a little better here. I know it's kind of a little bit light on details as far as this one went, but I spent probably at least around about an hour or so hunting that repo down around Austin. We had GPS on it, so we knew where it was, and we could kind of follow them around. So every time I would get close to where they had parked for a few minutes and they would leave, I had to follow them around downtown Austin until they finally made their way back to their apartments. The stop they made right before they got back home was a liquor store, so hopefully they bought plenty of alcohol to drink away their sorrows, because they're gonna come out and realize they don't have a car anymore. Grab my pocket screwdriver. So I can shift lock this. Assuming it's got unlocked steering. So on these, hopefully you can see this. On the most cars have this little cutout right here. You can see that little plunger. If you depress that, it will allow you to put the car into neutral. You can do that if, say, the car doesn't have power or you don't have the key, and it just rolls off like you had the key and you put it into neutral. Didn't really want to take the time to try and figure that out while we were loading it, so we just kind of drug it out, assuming that the doors were locked. But For whatever reason, they left their doors unlocked. And it's back into park. Back up, and then we can back up to our Subaru there. Right. Myself a little bit of extra room. So we have the keys for that one. So if I need to, I can always steer it up onto the bed. Probably end up having to do. Get our Subaru loaded up here. Not sure exactly what's wrong with it. From what I'm told, the owners of this were, I think, bridesmaids in a wedding, and they were out traveling around before the wedding this weekend, and their car broke down out here in the middle of nowhere. So they left it here to get towed back to town. Of course, they're somewhere. I haven't checked the distance to get back home, but it's, I know coming up, going from home to here was right about 4 hours. So we still have quite the drive ahead of us this evening. It's right around midnight, I believe, now. Put this thing into neutral. This thing also has a shift lock, like most modern vehicles nowadays that don't have an electric shifter. On the bed here. Generally, stuff like this where you can't get straight with it, I'll generally kind of let it hug that far side of the bed there, and then turn it ever so slightly once the tire gets right on the edge, towards the edge there, and that'll, about the time the rear tires make the bed there, by the time it's up on there, it'll be pretty much perfectly straight, perfectly centered. You kind of point the tire where you want it to go. Make this nice gentle slope all the way over. Fix my winch cable. Once we get home tomorrow. Center. This one strapped down, and we'll play leapfrog once more. Load up our Nissan onto the wheel lift. We are currently up between somewhere between Temple and Waco, Texas, which is about 4 or 5 hours north of home for us. Here the last few days it's been in the 70s and 80s as far as temperature goes. Get up here, up towards central Texas, out here in the middle of the prairie, and it's currently in the 50s. So it's a little bit nippy out here this morning. As always, I try to get 4 straps on this thing, especially considering the distance that we have to travel. Make sure we have everything nice and secure. Everything nice and snug and tight. Snug. Worked out that since we're having to double tow, that we had one that was all-wheel drive and one that was two-wheel drive, because I was hoping it wouldn't work out. We had 2 vehicles that needed to be flatbedded. Wished it was daytime out so y'all could see a little bit better, so y'all could see how I wheel lift this thing. Of course, it's being dark and everything out here, I'm gonna have to try and make a couple attempts at getting centered with this thing, especially because I can't see to back up. And I got another vehicle know the spot for me. This thing doesn't have a backup camera.
Alright, Subaru is loaded. And we get to strap down our Nissan here. Airbags back on. Just glad they were able to get this thing off the road. There's not really any shoulder back there, and there's still a fair amount of traffic for it being around midnight. So you're going to try to back up and get centered as we can on this thing. Get close here. Lower my wheel lift. See how centered I am. And we go driver just a little bit. Yeah. Tighten it. Grease the wheel lift a little bit. Clicks out. Just that as we need. We're gonna lower our wheel lift down. Extend it out. A little bit of floated off the ground there. Now we need to go driver a little bit. Looks right there. A lot of times on this, I'll generally go out as far as I can and then back in a little bit, just to give myself a little bit of wiggle room so I can get close and then extend out. But if I need to take up some slack, over a little bit. Oh yeah, we got to come over a lot. Probably have to bring our wheel girds in a little bit. Part of trying to do this by yourself. Kind of take a guess on where you're at. That's pretty close there. I think I'm going to go over just a little bit more here. Of course, I could move the wheel girds around. I really want to try to keep it as centered as possible, especially considering how far it is that we have to go here. Yeah, that's about right. Y'all can see what I'm doing here. This is fairly close. Bring my wheel lift in just a little bit here. Slide this in. One more click. Had it set a little bit too wide. These will go in the wheel lift into the wheel goods here. And this Century wheel lift has these nice little spoons. Holds it nice and secure. And this pin goes back in here. Up here. That's locked in place. Slide that in. Spoon adjusted. Alright, so now we can pick up on the wheel lift. Then you just want to make sure you leave enough room for turning so you don't catch the end of your bed on your bumper. We get our safety chains on. Not in there somehow. Come down. Find something solid here. We'll try to grab our control arm, hook the chain back to itself there. On these, want to hook the chain like that. That distance doesn't change. And then you want to make sure you leave yourself room for this the wheel lift to turn, but not be dragging the ground. Kind of probably like that. I'm going to give it a couple extra links there. down a little bit, so I'll probably adjust those again in a minute. That in just a little bit. Don't have it up too high, but you don't want it too low. Don't want to be dragging your bumper. Just want to have plenty of room to turn. Right, bring this one in a couple minutes here. All right, that's that. Now we're going to need our straps. Strap the car to the wheel lift. This wheel lift is a little bit different than some of the other ones. This one, you'll notice, has up here, go around the tire. It's kind of like a basket configuration, like that, and it hooks here. I don't personally care just a whole lot for this. Snug there. Of course, I always like to make sure my tag ends of the straps are nice and neat. Lock in like that. Try to get some ratchet locks here. Care for this style of strap. Okay. Wish that would lock in there. I don't like how loose that is. Here, ratchet on this side. those around and see if it would line up any better, but I don't really particularly care for that either. These are just the straps that came with this truck when we got it. Personally prefer the little straps that kind of basket around the wheel, loop back to itself. Strap down. Where's this one here? Lock. He doesn't want to. And now we need to get our tow lights. These stuck on here. Probably gonna stick those to the roof in just a second. I just want to get this thing on and hooked up. Check to make sure they work properly. Work there. Yep. Stick these up a little bit higher here. A little bit easier to see for people. I'm going to secure them. Of course, here you also need to make sure you have enough turning room, but not to the point of dragging the ground or anything. You can always toss it inside the door here. Alright, give that a little bit extra. Could always run this over. End up blowing down anyways. Alright, we're hooked up. We got our tow lights. Make sure their blinkers are functioning. Is make sure we have them in the right directions. Running lights, turn signal. Alright. So we got that all hooked up and ready to go. Strapped down, safety chains on. Quick picture. Alright, we are ready to go. Make our long trek back to the house. Well, so back to, we still gotta drop off the Subaru. Nissan's going to the yard. Still got Long night, long lot of driving ahead of us. All right. Appreciate you guys for watching. If y'all would, please subscribe, like, and share.